Aska, the energetic and strong mother. Yamato, the younger brother who's always in his own little world. Follow us as we karate kick all your daily frustrations away. Asuka's Revenge.
My name is Kotomi. I live with my husband Yuta and my daughter Airi, who's a sophomore in high school. My in-laws' house lives about 10 minutes away by bicycle, but one day, the mother-in-law with a pretty bad spending habit. I want to go overseas, so loan me some money. Suddenly asked us for money. She was always someone who went overseas for work, but she's always been spending a lot of money, enjoying herself while she was overseas. I was more free when my husband was working. However, after my father-in-law retired and started staying at home, my mother-in-law started realizing that she was spending way too much money. So yeah, he took all the cards from me, so I need a little allowance, you know? Just loan me a little bit. I can't. I answered immediately, but my husband, Yuta.
She's already retired and starting to get old. Lend her some money.
Try to cover for his mom. However, we have to save money for our kids' education, and she's never paid us back for any money we've lent her. My husband looked unsatisfied, but I managed to convince him that time. The next month, when my daughter went to the bank to withdraw some money that she had worked so hard to save up, she realized something insane.
Mom, my money is missing!
I still remember the look on her face when she came home. What? What do you mean?
What?
The piece of paper that she showed me was from the bank, showing that she only had about $200 left in her account.
I only want to withdraw $100, but I'm missing $6,000!
Give me a second, dear. I could only think of a single person who would be capable of withdrawing her money like that. Where did you put Airi's money? I questioned my husband as soon as he came home from work.
I gave it to Mom.
He didn't even hesitate. That's bullshit! Why would you give our own daughter's money to your mother? I started screaming out of anger.
It's your fault for not giving money to Mom! Airi's money is mostly coming from my pay anyway. I'm free to do as I like with it.
He actually started getting mad at me. He eventually even said,
The money you two spend to buy your clothing, the food you eat, it's all from my pay! You want to complain? Get the hell out of my house with nothing to your name! Leave our daughter too! She's my daughter that I raised with my money!
He must have calmed down after screaming at the top of his lungs.
Sorry, I got a little emotional.
He apologized to me, but it was way too late for that. I'm not going to let that go. Your money? I've been raising the child and taking care of the house all on my own. I've been working part-time jobs in my free time, and I've been putting in more shifts once Airi was able to go to school. I've been helping out around the house too. That day, we didn't say a thing to each other and went to bed. I called my parents' house the next day. Hey, this happened, so is it okay if we go live over there with you guys? I decided to live with my mom for a little while.
I want to go to Grandma's house already!
From the second that Airi told me about her money, she seemed to have already known who took the money and why.
It's because Dad wants to let his mom go on vacations all the time, right? He kept asking me for money.
I didn't know they was doing that. I'm sorry.
Dad only cares about his mom. I don't want to see him anymore.
She seemed to want to leave before I did, so things went smoothly. My husband actually has done something like this before and pulled out almost $12,000 from her savings without asking first. We got in such a huge fight then too. He's also taken the dishwasher that I got for my birthday to give to his mom as well. He basically just gives her whatever she wants, even if it means stealing from us. But I didn't expect him to actually stick his hand into his daughter's pockets. I was such an idiot for trying to deal with it. When I explained to his father that he had used up $12,000 of our savings,
I'll keep a close eye on him and I'll chew them both out to understand what they've done. Please give him a chance.
he was on his knees begging, so I thought that if he was going to beg that much, then maybe it's worth another shot. But I was wrong. I called my father-in-law about what had happened and told him everything. So yeah, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to ask for a divorce.
I see. I'm so sorry about everything.
I'll be leaving a letter here explaining everything and leaving. My father-in-law understood everything I was doing, and I wrote a final note to my husband. I'm going to take half of our shared wealth. It's not all your money, after all. I'm also going to be expecting child support for the rest of her education, in full up front. In other words, I'm taking all the savings. I'm the one that gave birth to my daughter and she wants to go with me as well, so she's coming with me. I'm never going to let him take her. I'm sure my mother-in-law will just milk her for money if I leave her here. You're free to spend the money that you don't spend on us for your mother. Your father was also tired of you and your mother, so he said that he's going to cut ties with both of you. So you guys share your wealth amongst yourselves. I put the letter on the table and left the house. A few days later. I wasn't expecting that. Surprisingly, he didn't say anything at all, not even about the money, and immediately sent me a divorce papers with his side already signed. My husband's sister, Naoko-san, told me about this later. My dad talked to Yuta. He said that in return for not divorcing Mom, Yuta had to divorce you with no complaints. Really? Yeah, I was called up to go back home for a meeting too. It was a whole family thing. Talk about awkward. Apparently, my father-in-law had quite a bit of wealth he inherited from his father, so his wife didn't want to divorce him. I don't want a divorce!
I can't live with some leech like you. Get out! You even mess with our own son and his family.
But Yuta covered for her.
If you're gonna make her cry, then I'm gonna cause problems with your daughter!
So Naoko-san was at loss for words after that. That's where the deal from earlier came into play, and they agreed that he would not touch my daughter or I. He's still insane. I don't think he was that protective of Mom before, but I don't know when he developed this weird complex. She had been at a loss. I hired a lawyer and made sure everything was in order for the divorce. Half a year later, I still occasionally see my father-in-law with my daughter.
Irie!
Grandpa, how have you been?
I've been doing great! Wanna go grab something good to eat?
We occasionally go out together, but I make sure that she never sees her grandmother or my ex-husband.
I don't want to see Dad and Grandma under any circumstances.
My now ex-father-in-law was still married to his wife, but they lived separately.
My blood pressure would be through the roof if I still lived with her. I don't care what they do. They can live together all they want.
So my ex-husband and his mother lived together. Apparently, she's been living a great life with the money that she gets sent from her husband and my ex-husband. But Yuta is starting to get troubled by this.
Mom! We haven't even paid rent this month, and you've already spent that much money?
I'm sure you'll work hard for me, right? Your father is so stingy. He only sends like $1,500 a month for me. I'm pretty sure you'd be fine not worrying about rent or utilities and having $1,500 a month to spare. But it was never enough for her.
Please stop!
He ran out of all of his savings from my divorce, and he's just being milked for his money by his own mother, so he's got no time to enjoy on his own. Sometimes he calls his father for help.
That's what you wanted, isn't it?
My father-in-law ignores him. Yuta's messaging me again. He's so persistent.
Please come home!
It's too late for that. Anyway, it's time for your birthday cake. I'm gonna make a really nice cake, so I hope you're excited.
I want you to add a lot of peaches to my cake.
Normally, my ex-husband should have a right to see my daughter since he's paying child support. But because my daughter claimed that she is under mental duress when with her father, our lawyer argued for her to be able to stay away from her father. The courts agreed. Irie, this is a present from Mom.
Wow, is it a tablet? Are you sure I can have this?
You enjoy living your life with your mother, who you thought was more important than your own wife and kid.
Thank you for watching all the way till the end. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. See you next time!